Hey ladies, good evening. How's everybody doing? Thanks for jumping on this scope. We're going to talk about accountability and why it matters to you, me, and all of us tonight. I want to share a wonderful opportunity that we're doing. Somebody did a screenshot. Cool beans. Hey, Dr. Lamar, thanks for all the hearts. You harden it up, lady. Appreciate that. How's everybody's Winning Wednesday been? I hope you had a good Winning Wednesday. Mine was pretty good, and above all else, it was productive. Thank you, Jesus. So I was excited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm doing the work. That's all I can say, Dr. Lamar, is that I'm doing the work. I don't necessarily care to scope a lot. Probably scope it all, but I need to do this in relation to some of the things that I have come up with sharing. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn some of this down because it might be a little too light. Okay. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. It's Zakia, your girl, Miss Queenly and Confident, founder of Queenly and Confident Brands and the founding partner of From Stuck to Start, where we are winning in the battle of obesity. And so tonight I want to just come share 4 pillars that I believe are vital when it comes to accountability, whether we believe it or want to do it or not. We all have somebody that we're accountable for on a day-to-day basis. You're either accountable to your family, you are accountable to your job, you're accountable to your community, you're accountable to your siblings, you're accountable to God. And so I believe that accountability is a major thing, and I think we don't talk. Thanks for inviting people, Dr. Lamar. I don't think that we really talk about accountability enough because we hear a lot of empowerment. We hear a lot of people, they talk about the fact of, checking your circle and things of that sort. But then what's the use of really checking your circle if they're just there to be yes people? And so when you begin to talk about accountability, I believe accountability has a whole lot more to do than us just surrounding ourselves with yes people. And so I'm going to flip back around so you can look at this slide. And these are the 4 pillars that we're going to talk about tonight. The first one is responsibility. The next is answerability, if that's a word. And trustworthiness, as well as liability. Okay. And so we're going to start with this first pillar. Accountability, called responsibility. Yes, it's a part of that course of action, as this definition gives us here, that binds us. It's like that duty. It's this duty, and Dr. Lamar can attest to this because she talks a whole lot about wives, and as a wife, there are certain responsibilities that come along with that. Hey, Trinell, thanks for joining us. Hey, Keisha, thanks for joining us. There are a lot of things that come along with us being responsible. All of us have different responsibilities. Now, me as a single woman, my responsibilities are going to be a bit different than those of Dr. Lamar. But at the same time, too, there are certain things that we are responsible for, and it is up to us to get those done. The next thing is answerability. And I like the fact of having to answer to someone, because when we are accountable to people, you pretty much have some people who are going to be expecting, in many cases from us, they're going to be expecting some results. Okay. And even if you think about this, you all, even sometimes there are people that we have to answer to, and they don't even know that they are waiting for an answer from us, i.e. the people that we have been called to serve, the people who are waiting for us to share, to share our stories, to be able to share certain products and services and things that we have used in our own lives to help us to overcome, to help us to get over. And so whether we realize it or not, we all have somebody to answer to. And I think this is a key factor when it actually comes to accountability. The third thing that I want to mention here has to do with trustworthiness, and it's a trait of being worthy of trust and confidence. I believe that when we are accountable, we have to have this certain level of trust, not just with the people that we have to answer to, but also within ourselves. Because when we actually begin to trust ourselves, trust that we're the guide, that our intuition that we have is actually guiding us in the right path, that and then and only then will we be able to execute in confidence that we are responsible for, looking back at number one. So my question to you is, do you really trust yourself? And even in trusting yourself, do you have the confidence to execute in confidence that you have been called to do? I know from my own personal standpoint, I have not always trusted myself with what God has given me. It's always so big, so audacious, this thing that I just feel like I can't ever touch. But what has come is that by taking daily steps by steps, I've become more confident, and I've learned to be able to trust myself a bit more with what God has intended to. Coming to the realization, yes, sometimes there is self-doubt. You're exactly right. What I have learned too in that too is that if He's given that to me, Keisha, if God's given that to me, that means that He trusts me with it, and it's up to me to go forward. My responsibility, again, is to be big, bad, and bold enough to get it done. Anybody feel me on that? Yes. Hey, Amanda, how are you? So, ladies, hey, as we're going through these things, because we're almost done, my scopes are really quick. We're wrapping this up. If you don't mind, if you share this, if you think some of the information will be valuable to other people, please share. Please share. And also be sure to share some hearts as well. The last thing that I want to mention as it relates to accountability is liability, being legally bound to a debt or obligation. Now, why that might seem so, so formal, or so, legal terms or whatever, there is a liability that's associated with us being accountable to the people we've called to. Have you ever considered that? And if you think, I'm going to give you a second or two. Think about in ways in which you are liable for what it is that for the people that you're accountable to. That's it. I can just be very honest with y'all. That scares the living crap out of me. Liability. Yes. So there's an obligation that we have. Hey, Kurt Vegan, there's an obligation that we have to the people that we have been called to. So even on those days when the project is not working out right, like for instance, I'm always having internet problems or connection issues. Like this was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but I had to push it back to 9. Even with that, I still had the obligation, because I had a legitimate reason why I shouldn't do it. But I have an obligation to the people that I've been assigned to get this done. So in doing so, I need to be able to cut through the crap of my excuses, legitimate or not, and get them done. Okay? And so as we are sharing about accountability, I want to share an opportunity with you. I'm working along, you just probably saw Tamika Renee. She is the CEO and founder of Dreamcatchers nonprofit consulting. And she and myself, along my business is Kyle's Media Group, where we do social media management and consulting for people. We are offering people who are entrepreneurs here in the Atlanta area a wonderful opportunity to come be a part of a local meetup of people who pretty much we're working to get our to-do list done. As entrepreneurs, for a lot of us have a lot of different tasks and things that we need to do. But have you ever considered the power of actually meeting up with other people who have other to-do lists, who have other resources and tools that you can use? And if you dedicated each month to setting aside some time, what you could probably get done in your business? What I have known and what I have also come to learn in as far as being in groups of people who are doers and get it doners, as I like to say, is that I have a tendency to show up in a major way and do what I'm supposed to do. And so on this Saturday, we are launching the kickoff of what we're calling the Masterminds. And the Masterminds, again, is just a meetup work group that's going to meet once a month. We've set aside the third Saturdays from 9 to 12 at an office in Stone Mountain. And once you register, you'll get the particulars of the address for entrepreneurs to come together and to be able to work. One of the unique things about the experience that we're offering too, we're also going to give you access to people who have either mentored us or have worked with us throughout our own entrepreneur journeys, to be able to talk and to consult with them as well. If any of you all, for instance, are interested, and maybe you have a for-profit and you're interested in doing a nonprofit, we'll have somebody on hand, Tamika, who's really good with helping you streamline, helping you set up your programs and practices that you have. Because, for instance, my brand, for instance, is Queenly Confident Brands, but From Stuck to Start is a part of that. And so I look forward to the day that she's actually presenting to really help us look at how our programs need to be set up if we are going to establish 501c3s, and so that we'll be in a great position to be able to receive funding and things as well. And so if you would, Tamika, put the link, if you can put down the link for the mastermind, your session with the other ladies. We've had some people who have already signed up. It's going to be free. But if you, the link is kind of long, y'all. And so if any of you all are connected with me on Facebook, feel free to, I'm going to share the information again on Facebook, as well as my website. I keep getting these crazy messages. Sorry about that. As well as my website as well, where you'll have that to, will you stream it? You know what? That's a good idea. You see that, Tamika Trinell? She's my friend in New Orleans. She wants to know if we're going to stream it. You know what? That's a good idea. That might actually be something that we can actually consider doing, Trinell, to actually be able to stream them. Hey, if you got a group of people in New Orleans who are wanting this information, we'll even make a trip and come down, and we'll be happy to serve you down in New Orleans. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Let's talk a little bit more about that, Trinell. We'd be happy to come and share with some of your students. We'd love to do that. And so if you are in the Atlanta area, we'd love to have you come join our work group. We'd love to help you get your to-do list done. We'd love to help you with being able to squash procrastination and get some things done that you know that need to be done to move you to the next level in your business. Some things that have been sitting, help you, if they're help you with getting your email list done, and things of that sort. Because sometimes we have a tendency to go all of these events, where we'll network with people and people who've asked to be on our email list, but then we sometimes let the car sit for months, if not years. And I'm talking to myself because I've been guilty of that and missing these contacts and missing these connections with some good people that they could possibly use our services, or even put us before people who will need our services. And so, are there any questions? Any questions from anyone? Okay. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to our scope. Me too. Cool beans. Yes. And so if there are any other questions that you have about the Masterminds work group, we'd be happy to answer those. You can just hit me up on Facebook as Zakia as Kyles, and I am happy to answer any questions. Hey, you know what? I think sharing is caring, y'all. So if there is anybody that you think could benefit from this information, please be sure to share this information with them so that we can spread the love and help more people get things done. I think it was what's that guy named Larry the Cable Guy. I think his little phrase was "get her done," and I'm a Louisiana girl, and so I like that particular phrase. So I want to encourage each of you that are on this scope to get her done, because there are people who are waiting for us. There are people who need this. And oh, thanks to Tamika. Tamika just put the link in the scope, and so it is there so that you can see it, or you can go back to the replay and get the link as well. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much. I hope everybody has had a wonderful winning Wednesday. Know that in all things that you're more than a conqueror, and you are definitely that winning person. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.